What's up? What's up? I hope you are well. Back here for another live rendition of the Life and Transitions Experts podcast. Let your light shine. This is a special one here because this is sales training for inside the business. State Pro Services, the company that I run, and team member Javon is actually here on the call too. He makes our calls and makes sure that sellers or potential property owners or people that we're speaking to have their needs met. And he's the one who's responsible for discovering this, figuring out what are the needs. And so we do our little training because it's not little. It's like Kobe. You got to be in the gym. You got to work on your craft. You got to work on your craft and develop it to get better so that you can serve more folks. What's going on, Javon? How you doing, brother?
And not much, man. And feeling great, feeling good. It's about it, you know.
Yes. So there it is. Awesome, bro. And I'm gonna share my screen, and once I do that, I'll go over to the. Did I share it? Oh, did I share it? Let's see. Technology. There it is. Boom, boom. While I'm setting up, if you are on Facebook, would love for you to hit the subscribe or join the community. But if you're on, Facebook, go over to the YouTube channel and follow, hit that like and subscribe, all that good stuff people say. But it really is important for Google and for those folks to know that we're putting out content that people care about and that can be helpful. And so that allows us to reach more folks. I'm really on a mission to help folks avoid this probate process and to, if you do have to go through probate, to deal with it in the most efficient way. And so often 70, 80% of almost every probate case has some type of property involved, which means Javon and I get to offer some type of solution, whether that's us buying the property ourselves with a quick and simple, fast cash offer or cash, I should say, deal, or perhaps we're helping you list it to get like the super top dollar if you have the time and convenience in the of putting in the work and listing it, or if you want to keep it for yourself and turn it into an investment property, we can support you. I just got on the phone, man, with somebody. We're helping her set up property management so that she can turn this inherited property into an investment, or perhaps you want to stay in it and you want to have discussions or conversations on how you can manage it to make sure that you can stay in the property. Whatever it is, it really depends on that conversation with you. And that's why we're having this conversation here. So today we're going to talk about what you should and should not say when you talk to a personal representative. Just a quick reminder, man, probate. It's the legal process for settling the affairs in the estate of a deceased party. When someone passes away, and you and I pass away, if we have assets in our name, or if we have liabilities like debt in our name, there has to be a way that legally someone else who's still alive can administrate those procedures. So you can't just walk into a bank and say, hey, my uncle passed and here's the will that says I get half of the money in there or there's money in here. Nope, there has to be a legal process to show that you have the authority to do so, or that someone has the authority to do so, and that is probate. And man, the thing is, when we're talking to folks, we really have to understand where they're coming from. And the personal representative has so much weight on his shoulder. I wish I would have did a slide for it. Here is just showing like the things they have to do: open probate, notify creditors, take inventory and do the accounting, settle the debts and the taxes, distribute inheritance, and close the estate. But within that, you got the challenge of already dealing with someone who's quite often a loved one who's passed away. So quite often this is not the most, it's not the best time in people's lives when you lose someone by and large. You also are dealing with family members and everyone else who is who sometimes may not appreciate the hard work that you're doing or have their own agenda and are there's a conflict over whether of what you're doing and not appreciating your hard work, and they're managing all of that. And just on top of, this is not something they do every day. I'm a probate expert and I don't know everything. I'm dedicated to learning, which is what expertise is, the process, not an end goal. But still, there are folks who this will be their first time going through probate, and hopefully their last time, because they'll take the steps necessary to avoid it for their family in the future. But this is overwhelming for tons of folks. So when we approach folks, and one other thing, Javon, also recognizing that those folks who we're talking to, and I'm looking for that stat, since there is property involved, and since probate is a very public information or proceeding, they're going to be bombarded with letters and stacks of paper asking, hey, can I sell your property? Can you sell your property? I guarantee you they're not going to be bombarded with the approach or they're not going to be approached the way we approach them. And shout out Chad Corbett, Probate Mastery. This is all coming from the work that his community does, teaching people how to really serve probate leads. And that is the frame we come from, serving probate leads, thinking about them first. The property is just happenstance, and the value we add is the awesome part, and the great money we make is happenstance, which is awesome. So here's a template. Oh man, you can't. So here's a disclaimer, man. This is, I know it's a script, but it's not meant to be read verbatim. It helps provide structure and help you quickly and effectively establish a connection, introduce what our value is, and gather information. Sales is all about discovery, right? Negotiation, really, that's all it is. Discovering what is the needs, what are the meanings, how is this person trying to make meaning, and how can I match that up? And yeah. So it's gonna sound familiar, man. It's like the personal representative answers, or hey, how's it going? And I really like how Javon does that. Javon starts off with that. So I appreciate you sharing that with me, man. I implemented it here. So hey, how's it going? And just assume it's that person. Hey, how's it going, Lisa? Or let's say that you could tell by and large that the person's name is gendered, and like Lisa, that's traditionally a girl's name, but a male sounding person answers the phone. Then hey, how's it going? Well, I was looking for Lisa, but this doesn't sound like Lisa. You know, we're really trying to disrupt with our first couple of seconds. And this, hey, how's it going? Insert name, or hey, this doesn't sound like Lisa. And then the next one, awesome. I know I'm calling out of the blue. Are ways to disrupt and make it not feel like a sales call. The reason they're awesome there is because that was an assumption that the person said, yes, this is John, or this is Lewis. Yep. And so then you just go to your unique sales proposition. My name is Courtney. Call them because I see you're the personal representative of this Durham County estate. But it sounds like I'm calling you at a bad time. So again, this is all disrupting. Call them at a bad time. That last line is literally to give them the opportunity to say, no, we can keep talking. Or to say, yes, this is a bad time. And then you'll just follow up and figure out when the best time is. But regardless, it gives them a sense of control. It allows them to say no first so that you can invite you to continue to have the conversation. And the next step will be, regardless, something to the effect of, okay, well, I won't hold you up. You know, each week I'm at the clerk's office helping families navigate the probate process. And there's a lot that we can help families depending on what your needs are. But what's one of the biggest challenges you're facing now that I might be able to take off your plate? That is so important. That is a calibrated, as Chris Voss would say, I'm looking for the book, Never Split the Difference. Must be at the house. But anyways, Chris Voss calls those calibrated questions. Those are questions that are what, how, open-ended, as opposed to can and do, which are like yes or no. So what's one of the biggest challenges you're facing now that I might be able to take off your plate? And be quiet. You know, and then they're going to give a certain amount of response. But before we talk about the responses, always at some point pivot to the property when it's, the art of it, when it's proper. So before the conversation ends, or if they do not bring up the property themselves, which they quite often will, you can say, by the way, is there property like a house or land in the estate that you could use some help with? And do you have a plan for? And that gives you the chance to go right into it. Because again, this is their first time, and they may not connect your support with probate with, that property. In fact, I've had 3 different occasions. Matter of fact, the one we closed on last week, the Ludgate one, the gentleman, I was sitting there in their clerk's office, and I was like, anything I can help with? He's like, nah, we got everything taken care of. The only problem is just trying to sell this house. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. And so here's some common frequently asked questions. And then we're going to try to do a little, let's see, we're going to do a role play because I feel like I'm just talking at you right now, man. Yeah, we'll role play. And then we'll listen to a call next week because I do have one set up.
Yeah, we'd love to do that as well.
Oh, well, let's go through common responses and we'll decide on the fly if we will listen to the call we definitely got a role play, or role play. So one question you're going to get, common response, who are you again? And how'd you get my information? And, that's a pretty simple. The most important thing here, though, is repeat your unique sales proposition, USP, and then pivot back to discovery with an open-ended question. So, sorry, you just acknowledge. Yeah, sorry, I know it's weird, I'm just calling out of blue. But I'm Courtney. I'm a probate specialist helping families going through probate. And, Yeah, we're just calling about that. But I'm trying to think of opening the question. How's the process going for you guys so far? So me asking the question and reversing it puts the control back into my space so I can listen more. Matter of fact, the call you're going to hear that I was talking way too much. It was one of the first calls. I was talking way too much. And I'm glad I was able to listen to it because hopefully I'll be able to implement the corrections into future calls. But yeah, does that make sense, bro?
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Rory, how'd you get your information? You also will hear we have everything covered. Thanks. We'll call you if we need anything. And you respond, are you sure about that? You sure about that? I gotta turn that into a meme. Anyways, but really the response is always just like all the responses, really all these common responses is similar to shout out Bill Gross again, to the 3-step approach, and you'll see it embedded in here to any objection. Acknowledge their objection, acknowledge their response, repeat their response, and pivot back with a calibrated question. So we have everything covered. Thanks. Or we'll call you if we need anything. Great. I acknowledge it. Sounds like you're good to go. Repeat it. And then this is sort of, I guess not really. It's an open-ended question with the tone, with the uptick. I'm sure you have the proper insurance, right? That's assuming that we're talking about the property. But really, this question is not as important as, or the statement or question or opening is not as important as it being an opening, you know? And some of the cool things that I do sometimes to really add value and educate folks without sounding over education and using too many words is if we have talked about the property. Well, I just want great. Sounds like you got everything taken care of. I do want to ask though, because I talked to a lot of folks. Is the property properly secured? Because some people don't know that if you don't put the proper no trespassing signs and things on a property, and let's say someone does get in and there's a squatter, which happens in Baltimore a lot, right, bro? You need to make sure you have proper things set up so the legal process is protecting you. And so to have certain facts established is important, including making sure the property is secure. And that's a value that we can add. Another value we can add, you know the theme, how can we add value, is asking them, would yo like a free probate checklist with you? But I had a typo. Would you like, okay, sounds good. You're good to go. Great, awesome. Well, shoot, looks like good to go. With a free probate, we do this all the time. We offer a free checklist to folks. That doesn't sound like something would be helpful for you, would it? Oh, awesome. What's a good email for me to share with you? Because we really want to get the email address, Javon, too. I should put that in there.
That's branding in my mind, all right? We want to get that. I already know.
Absolutely, man. So we're going to rock and roll with that. And then another one is, common response is actually, yes, we need help. And of course, there you have big ears and you listen and you try, and we listen and we write down and we address and respond. We do repeat back what they said at the end. So we show the act of listening and see if we heard correctly. And then we get the opportunity to solve some problems. And we don't try to fake or lie like we know everything, but we can always, know that we're going to work hard to find out. Or yes, we want to sell the property. And then that shifts to the condition, price, reason for selling, which is most important, and timeline. Condition, price, and timeline are all really, everything's trying to get to, why would you sell? Why would you do business with me? That's what everything is under, whatever the word is, underpin, implicit. So a few do's and don'ts before we're done here. Avoid having a preset agenda. Have an open mind. Yeah, of course we want to buy the property and assign it, but we're not here for that. We're here to help them what they need. So that's what's going to help us, help them not feel the pressure and help them know that we're really coming with value. And it just feels good. It's a helper's high, man. Talking to these probate cases, it's a lot. I mean, we've had situations where we're talking to other distressed sellers in the more traditional route, and they've been very gracious, but probate leads are so grateful, and it just makes it feel a lot better doing it in this way. Avoid over talking and sharing benefits. Like, we have a lot of things we can help them with, but it doesn't mean anything if it doesn't mean anything to them. So listening to them and connecting their wants and needs to that meaning in their life is important. And know that we bring value. That speaks to what I was saying earlier. Like wow, I'm just amazed at how many people are unfamiliar with this. But I'm not amazed with how many people are unfamiliar with the service, because it is a relatively new industry. But I'm amazed at how many people are gracious and happy and know that it's something that's super needed. So that's pretty cool. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you want to check out the script that me and Javon are using, you can go to doreideals.com/script, or just reach out to me and we'll get that over to you. And oh yeah, that's me at the clerk office. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna stop right there. Boom, boom, boom. And back. How do I go back to streaming? All right, there it is. And we'll remove this right here. Remove that. So now it's you and I. All right. So we're at the 15-minute mark. Let's see. Let's So Javon, what do you want? Do you want to role play? Let's role play, man.
All right, let's do the role play. I was gonna say let's listen to the call, so I can actually kind of get a feel of how everything was flowing, how everything was going. But yeah, let's role play.
We're gonna role play, and I'm gonna send you the call because that'd be great. So I'm gonna send you the call, and the next time we get on here, you'll have some critiques for me because I got like a list. I listened to it, and I just got a list. Oh, it's so cringy listening to yourself, but you got to do it, y'all. You got to do it.
Yeah, you got to do it.
So I would love your feedback as well, based on now you hear the script.
Yeah, right. I want to listen to the call. Eventually, I want to listen to it.
Good to you. All right, so you want to be the seller first?
It don't matter, whichever one. No, you go ahead and you're the buyer.
All right. All right, here we go. Ring.
Hello.
Hey, Javon, how you doing?
I'm good. Who's this?
Hey, this Courtney. Sorry, I'm calling you out of the blue, man. But I'm Courtney with Estate Pro Service. I work with. I'm calling you because I think you're a personal representative for this probate case in Durham County, and we're just giving folks a call to see what challenges they may be facing and how I may be able to help you through the process.
Okay. Yeah, I am in charge of this estate. I mean, how can I help you? How can you help me?
Oh yeah, got you. Yeah, well, it really depends on what you need. So I guess what stage are you in, and what are you finding like your biggest challenges right now?
Well, as of right now, I mean, I haven't really gotten much into it. Haven't had much time, so I really don't know what I'm doing.
Not much time, and not sure about what you're doing.
Yeah,
I can understand. It's a challenging process, not something that everyone's doing every day, right?
Right.
Well, what would be helpful? What I do offer sometimes to folks is just a free sit down conversation and help with really kind of essentially with that, guide them through what the steps are, what to expect, and really how to streamline the process to hopefully make it a lot smoother. Is that something that might be helpful?
I mean, saying that I don't have much time with work and everything else, I mean, it will be hard for me to actually just do a sit down. I mean, maybe just a face-to-face sit down, maybe a phone call. I mean, probably be okay.
Well, how about this? I have a little time on Thursday. What if I don't know if you have Zoom, but if you do, I could send over a link to, and we could hop on like a video call around. I have time at 1 o'clock on Thursday. Is something like that work for you?
Yeah, that could actually work.
All right. Well, sounds good. What I'm gonna do is when we get off, I'll send that over to you. Is this the good number to text and all?
Yeah.
All right. All right, I'll text you the information. And while I got you though, what's a good email address? Because I can put you give you a calendar invite as well.
Dure at gmail.com.
All right, so that's gmail.com.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And do you have any questions or anything for me at all?
How'd you get this information?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I'm down at I'm at the clerk's office about twice a week. We're always down there. But that's how we find folks to help. So we go through the data, it's public records, and then we reach out to see if anyone needs support. Like you. Yeah. Well, I got you before we get off. I know we're gonna see each other Thursday, but do you happen to have property? Is there any property involved in the state that you might be thinking about selling or trying to do something with?
Yeah.
Okay. What's that look like?
He left a 3-bedroom home, single family home. Currently, maybe in the process of cleaning out shortly. I'm really not sure what the plans are. with the home just yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe that's something we can chat about as well. There's a wide range of services that we help with, and that's one of them as well. Dealing with, we call it like dealing with the property and the stuff. It can be, kind of overwhelming, as you imagine you see. But if that's something you want to talk about, we definitely can chat about that when we meet Thursday as well.
Okay, that sounds good.
Awesome. And what's that address? I'll start doing a little research on it so I can have my ducks in a row.
123 Main Street.
Sounds good. 123 Main Street. All right. So I'll talk to you. Well, I think we said 1 o'clock Thursday. And what I'll do also is, what you can do is if something comes up, I know you mentioned work. If it doesn't work for you, just reach out, call me, and we'll just go from there if we need to make any adjustments. Other than that, I'll plan to see you virtually Thursday at 1.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. You send an email or text?
I'll text you. I'll do both. I'll send you a calendar invite with the email, and then I'll mostly text.
Okay.
All right. Boom. All right. Sounds good. All right. Cool. And that's how people be too. They don't even use that. Sounds so much like a lead, man. It almost happenstance to remember that the property is also something they're dealing with. What were your thoughts, man? What'd you hear?
I think it was really good. I mean, I know you seen me here, arms folded up, just sitting there trying to listen and pick up on certain things. Everything sounds good. The only thing that I would say, I would possibly do, wouldn't even be different is, one thing we all know is tonality is everything. And okay. I mean, I don't know if it was a fact it's just you and I, or whatever the case may be. Though the situation that we're actually possibly dealing with is, someone, a death in the family or whatever type of case that we're actually dealing with. So your tone actually is kind of down, mellow.
Oh, lower. Okay, low register. Okay, all right. Appreciate that. I need to be a little upper. I got you. Yeah. I was trying to match your tone, and I felt like that's what I was hearing, picking up that you were registering low. That's what I thought, but actually,
me on the back end, I just lost somebody close to me, and now you call regards to and reminding of the person. So yeah, my energy may drop to a lower point now because now memories of this person here. Now I got to deal with this. Now I got to deal with that. So these things are such. Okay. So it's more of like, I feel as if when we're on the phone, if I'm able to show you me through my voice,
got you,
my energy through my voice, show you a great spirit through my voice, it'll actually lift you up. This is the same case with some of the people that we deal with now. I mean, we have one lady, I'm not going to say her name, lady who wants to deal with us simply because she's like, yo, you are cool. Like I've been talking to you. You're an upbeat person. I enjoyed this whole process with you, and we've been talking to her for about 2 months now.
Yeah, right. So
more like that tone, that upbeat, that the small jokes, the little small jokes. You might get a little chuckle. I mean, those things actually help people out a lot. I mean, just
throw be intentional and strategic empathy and intentionally making people friends. And I hear to your point. So being able to show our personality is important. And also so that's a good way. That's a good point, because you want to be authentic with your voice, but also and also recognize though, if somebody's way up here, that you need to at least match them, but with your genuine voice. If they're way down here, still match with genuine voice, but I wouldn't go as low. And I appreciate you reminding me of that, because we just want to be a little bit above them. So if they're super, super high, use your discretion. This is all art, but I appreciate you bringing that up, Javon. I'm going to send you the link to the deal that the land deal we closed on. I want you to listen to the very first, listen to that initial conversation. And then when we're back on here next Monday for the sales training, we'll break it down live, and you'll give me some critiques. I'll give you some critiques, and then we'll keep role playing. And
okay, that sounds like a bet.
All right. Well, listen, look, long one today. 25 minutes. We in there. All right, folks. About to be out of this bad boy. All right, Javon. Rise the tides. Oh, that's my new sign off is let your light shine, like life and transitions experts.
Let your light shine.
Yeah, let your light shine.
Yeah, let your light shine. Hey, have a good